I'm a part of the culture, you know what I mean? And when we look at our older rappers, a lot of all our older rappers died poor, like Black Rob. You seen how he died, how he passed away. What's the other nigga that was
Shit, I seen Black Rob before he passed away, and it was on 116th out there selling weed.
And what's the nigga with that used to be with Diddy first artist? Craig Mack.
Craig Mack, yeah, Craig Mack.
Great when died.
I think something gonna come out about Craig Mack.
They said he had AIDS or something like that, right?
He didn't have AIDS. That nigga was just fucking crazy. That nigga was losing it.
And then they was saying, you know what I mean? Then the situation with G-Dep, but we losing a lot of nostalgia of the guys that
back home.
Yeah, but we losing a lot of nostalgia of the guys that actually was putting in work for the culture and did it big for the culture. Some of our CEOs, the guys that's moving the things forward. You don't think it's our responsibilities to put these people back in position?
Absolutely not.
Wow. In that space, see, now we talking about some shit that some brotherly shit that went south. Because then also, I mean, you got to think of the character of Jay-Z. I'm not saying this is exactly him, but he made business moves to get away from them.
Right.
Why would he do anything to help them when he did business moves?
Dame made millions. Jay made millions. Beans to tell you if he wasn't in his feelings.
And that's a fact, because when they all got broken down, you got your portion, I got my portion, you got your portion. I'm out of here.
I hate to be the moderator of this part of this thing, but I agree. Let me say this part right here, right? Because I feel like this, man. Me and GL do this podcast. Mm-hmm. This is a 50-50 podcast. Mm-hmm. Right? When I say, you take yours, and you get your percentage, everybody get their percentage, right? So say things now, it's our responsibility to make sure that you're in position the right way because you gave us the time, right? So now say we get a $6 million contract. Mm-hmm. If you don't get 100,000 out of that $6 million contract, we ain't doing something right. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be mad at you if I only get 100,000.
No, I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
At minimum, I'm just simply saying, if you don't get 100,000 out of that, we did something wrong. Get what I'm saying to you?
You know me. If I take the 100, I'm gonna turn it into something. Anyway,
right. So I think that if you with us, it's with over the years. Say we get 100, you get 100, right?
Right.
But then over the next couple of years, you make another 500 in 3 years. Yeah, you get 100 up front, but you make 500 in 3 years with us.
Yeah, because it's a budget now.
And then me and you make millions, but they make hundreds of thousands, right? Mm-hmm. Which is cool. It should work like that, right? Mm-hmm. We're not responsible what you do with your money once you leave here.
100%.
Right? And then vice versa. Because say me and GL break up and we like, yo, I'm going to go, what's the name? But say all this time that we was getting this bag together, he's been investing his money or I've been investing my money and one of us just wasn't doing what we supposed to been doing.
Yeah.
Or just bad investments go bad.
Yeah. But if we still break up, and GL, and say I'm up 100 million, and now GL only at like 800,000 or something, or vice versa, right? And now I see GL, and GL asks me, not ask me, but he say something to me.
You can see it.
I think it's my responsibility now to do something with GL so he could get back in position.
But you gotta figure out why did y'all fall apart?
Exactly.
I think.
You gotta think, bro. He just called him. Man,
I think these niggas met each other.
He said a lot.
I think these niggas met each other in their 20s, right? Me and you met each other in our 20s.
I think they grew up together.
They grew up they met each other in their 20s.
I know they was hustling together.
He from Harlem. He from
Dame from like 142nd and Jay, he always from down. He from Brooklyn. He from Marcy.
Yeah, big. I mean, super. What's the name that died? What's his nigga name died? The DJ nigga. Not Super. What they call? They don't call him Superman. They call him Clark Kent.
Clark
Kent died.
Yeah.
And him and what's his name put that relationship together. They didn't know each other.
Yeah, because in reality, Dame is really Big L man.
Yeah, Big L man.
They from the same hood.
Yeah, that's why he battled them back in the day. Today they knew each other in their 20s. Right. But long story short, I'm saying to you, look, right? We met each other as a teenager. We met each other in our 20s, right? We all got responsibilities to one another. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to life, because no matter what happens with our business, we still personal friends. Right. What I'm saying to you. If you ain't fuck my wife and steal no money from me, if you ain't fuck my wife and steal no money from me, or we ain't, even if we shot the one, I could get past the fist fight. That ain't really, I'm not with that guy. Like, bro, I might be mad in the moment, like, yo, names can't come here no more. I might be mad this year or this couple months, but I'm not the guy that's about to be like,
nigga, he been on a campaign smear. Like, that nigga done said he a rapist, all type of shit.
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
they said was fucking with Aaliyah before.
And the dynamic of it too is that also too, you got to think from the beginning, the dynamic was, Dame, you here to do a job, you here to put me on, and I'm here to be a rapper, I'm here to be an artist. It's always been that dynamic. It was always we getting money together. We brothers, but we kind of just trying to get some money together. You know
We
what I
ain't
mean?
hanging out.
Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because Dame is in a different. He always been in a different element than Jay.
Yeah.
They both businessmen, but Dame was always the one that was like he cracking the whip, making shit happen. He doing different ventures.
He wanna
and
fight
Jay
the-
just like
He the one that brought the clothing line up, the movie.
no disrespect to Dame, but I always felt like Jay was more strategic in his moves. He would instead of him moving the pawn, he would move the queen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
I get what you're saying. Like, so you're absolutely right. My whole thing is this though, right? Those things you're saying is right. And in hindsight, in front sight right now. In hindsight, looking back at it, they could have did a lot of more to save those relationships. I just felt like those relationships wasn't worth breaking up. But like I said though, 80% of, like you just said just a second ago, is probably Dame's fault because Jay-Z didn't say much. It was more so all the time, all the interviews I seen, it was Dame speaking and never Jay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, people just grow. When Jay did speak, he was like, just people did grow apart. You know what I mean? What's the next topic, Gia?
But let's not speak. Hold on 1 second. And also, that made shit sour when he started signing. He gave the Harlem niggas the president.
Yeah.
When you said Cam,
yeah.
and all that. I'm sure that alienated Jay because Jay is. We both partners in this. How you just gonna tell him to be? Oh, he running shit now? Oh yeah, it's definitely time for me to go.
But I don't know because you know why I say I don't know about that part because we just watched the Bleak interview. And Bleak was saying that years prior he was like shit niggas wasn't getting their shit together, so we about to ship out anyway. Niggas wasn't moving how he wanted to move in the union, and niggas was still standing on one of pop bottles in a bar. He's like niggas wanted to still go outside, and Dame was a part of that. And he just wasn't a part of the elevation. Is life,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Jay,
what you do
different.
on a daily basis is going to look. If me and you only come to the podcast, and it's sad to say, if me and you only come to the podcast and only do stuff here, and then when we leave here, I may go with you for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, how we be doing, and then I go do something else, and you do something else with other people. We all both do something else. Eventually, the relationship is going to reroute itself. What I'm telling you is that we got to figure out a way that something that we both like to